Savage Kitchen. Today, we're gonna be making a cocktail for Halloween. But it's not exactly, I think, your typical Halloween cocktail. It's very simple. It's only 3 ingredients. It's also slightly elevated in flavors, just a little bit. And this is my entry into the 2021 Monster Smash, which is a little Halloween cocktail competition put on by my buddies Rob Vino and Dave of Rob's Home Bar, 60-Second Cocktails, and Booze on the Rocks. So I'll put links to their channels down below. So for my entry this year, the requirements are that we have to muddle a fruit, we have to incorporate an herb, and for me, I love those warm, spicy fall flavors, but I wanted to keep this relatively simple. So we are going to be using a spiced rum. This is from Shipwreck. I love Shipwreck. If you've seen any of my other videos, I have an entire playlist about their coconut rum in particular. It's delicious. Their spiced rum is pretty good too. I know that their rum is a world unto itself. I would say for this, choose something dark. If you like a super funky rum, this could be fun. But I would choose something dark, a little bit spicy, a little bit warm. I wouldn't do this with a white rum. Then our second ingredient is a simple syrup that's been infused with fresh thyme. This is a syrup that I use a lot. I really like this. It's really simple. You can either buy thyme at the grocery store. I grow mine. It's a plant that you really can't kill, which is always nice. And then just a cup of water, cup of sugar, throw in some sprigs of thyme, and voila, thyme syrup. For bitters, I'm using Mexican chocolate bitters because the flavors here, once we muddle in our blackberries, we're using our spiced rum, we have a little bit of earthiness from the thyme, then these mole bitters are absolutely incredible. You really do taste that dark chocolate luxurious vibe once these get in here. And then fresh blackberries. So let's get into it. Tools you're gonna need: mixing glass, you're gonna need a muddler for the blackberries, and then a hawthorn strainer, but we're also going to need a fine mesh strainer. This is a drink that, because of the seeds, you're gonna have to double strain. And then coupe of your choosing. I chose something that's got like a little bit of style to it. It's a little bit gothic, reminds me a little bit of Morticia Adams. Who doesn't love Morticia? So choose your favorite coupe. First thing we're gonna do is muddle a small handful of blackberries. The more blackberries you muddle, the more juice you're gonna get out of it. I would say roughly between 1/4 cup and 1/2 cup of blackberries. The thing about blackberries too is they definitely stain, so don't be completely attached to the surface you're working on, or make sure you clean up as you go with this one. So these blackberries are super juicy. They're ripe, but they're like towards the end of their ripeness. So I'm not gonna worry about using anything abrasive to muddle them. I'm just gonna take the muddler straight to them. Then spiced rum. We're gonna do maybe a generous 2 ounces. And this is why it's important to choose a rum that you really like the flavor of, because this is really only a 3-ingredient cocktail. There's not a lot of room to hide. So choose an easy drinking rum that you really enjoy the taste of. I'm just gonna put like an extra splash for the Halloween gods. Then we're doing a 2-to-1 ratio. So we're gonna do 1 ounce of this thyme-infused simple syrup. This is daiquiri-esque in composition. The difference is, instead of using citrus, the blackberry juice lends the acidity that citrus normally would. I wouldn't add more citrus to this though, because I think it would be a little bit too much. And then let's do like 3 or 4 dashes of chocolate bitters. Okay, stir this down to get it nice and diluted. Ice, and then stir this down. Let's see. It's so good. This might be one of my new favorites. It's really good. Let's double strain this into a coupe. I love the color on this. Now for garnish on this, I want to reinforce that blackberry flavor, but I also want that scent of thyme to be apparent on your first sip. So we're gonna have a little fun with this. I'm gonna take a blackberry and just slice up the middle. You wanna choose one that's kind of firm for this. And then I'm gonna take some more fresh thyme and just overlap 2 stems so they form sort of a, I don't know, a bowl of sorts. There we go. And we're going to use the blackberry to pinch this onto the edge of the glass. Maybe. Woo. Get in your home. There we go. Perfect. All right, let's give it a taste. It's so pretty. Oh, it smells so good. Oh, it's so good. You know, it's been a while since I've been making cocktails, and this is absolutely delicious. The color might be a little bit deceptive. It's the color of like a grape Jolly Rancher. The taste is nothing like that. You can taste, ooh, and see, apparently, you can taste the blackberries, you can taste the spiced rum. The Mexican chocolate bitters do so much to this drink. They add just another layer. There's almost a vanilla flavor that comes through. Let's give it another taste. That's a new favorite. Simple 3-ingredient cocktail, perfect for Halloween. I think we're gonna call this Morticia's Kiss. Cheers, friends.